The Minnesota Vikings are still active on the market and are in advanced negotiations with two big NFL stars. You will be surprised by today's news, but first, don't forget to like this video, because your like helps us reach more Minnesota Vikings fans, so subscribe now so you don't miss any more news. Now, enough of the chatter, and let's get to today's news. Minnesota Vikings are considering Russell Wilson to strengthen their quarterback position in 2025. Will it happen? The 2025 NFL season is coming up in full force, and the Minnesota Vikings are already thinking about how to strengthen their offense, especially the quarterback position. Even after selecting young J.J. McCarthy with the 10th pick in the 2024 draft, the team is considering the possibility of bringing in an experienced veteran, and the name that comes up strongly is Russell Wilson. Wilson, who has been selected for the Pro Bowl no less than 10 times, became a free agent after his time with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What is noteworthy is that, according to reports, it was Wilson himself who approached the Vikings to talk about this chance to join the team. Coach Kevin O'Connell confirmed that there was contact and stressed that the interest is mutual. Wilson wants to, and the Vikings are evaluating. But don't worry, just because Wilson showed up doesn't mean McCarthy is out of the plans. General manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has made it clear that he has great confidence in the young quarterback as the future of the franchise. However, he also did not rule out the possibility of bringing in Wilson to add experience and leadership to the group, something that could make all the difference in a long and challenging season. From a strategic standpoint, Wilson's presence could be a real insurance policy for the Vikings. McCarthy is still adapting to the fast pace of the NFL, and having a veteran on his side could prevent the team from being vulnerable if the young quarterback takes a while to get going or needs time to develop his full potential. In addition, Wilson can act as a mentor, helping McCarthy better understand the game and accelerate his growth in the league. On the other hand, there is a legitimate concern. How will this dynamic impact McCarthy's confidence? If Wilson ends up taking over as the starting quarterback for a long time, will the rookie lose rhythm and confidence? This is a delicate line that the Vikings will have to navigate carefully. Financially, bringing in Wilson is not cheap. He is expected to seek a one-year contract in the $10.5 million range, a high figure for a team that already has McCarthy on a rookie contract. So, the board will have to juggle to fit this investment without compromising other areas of the roster. For now, the Vikings are keeping an eye on Wilson's situation, keeping the door open, but without closing anything yet. The plan is to monitor McCarthy's performance during preseason training to understand if it is really worth betting on a veteran alongside him. In the meantime, Wilson continues to be one of the most sought-after free agents in the league. With other teams like the Cleveland Browns and New York Giants also in the running for his talent, will Minnesota be able to bring in this legend to strengthen the team? The 2025 season is promising. What about you, fan? Do you want to see Russell Wilson wearing the purple and gold jersey, bringing experience and potential to the Vikings? Tell us what you think of this possible signing. Joe Burrow in purple and gold, Vikings eyeing Bengals' star for 2025. Hey, Vikings fans! One of the NFL's biggest stars, quarterback Joe Burrow, is on the Minnesota Vikings radar, and that's already getting a lot of people excited. You know, Burrow is the guy who led the Bengals to Super Bowl LVI, beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, and established himself as one of the league's top 5 quarterbacks. But why would the Vikings be interested in a player who's on such a strong team? The answer lies in the off-season moves and behind-the-scenes chatter. Burrow's contract with Cincinnati is coming to an end. Although he previously signed a multi-million-dollar extension, there are rumors of dissatisfaction on the player's part and stagnation in negotiations for a renewal. In other words, the scenario is wide open, and the Vikings are keeping a close eye on any opportunity. The Minnesota Vikings are going through a transitional period that mixes hope and necessity. The team has a lot of faith in the potential of young J.J. McCarthy, a recent draft pick, but knows he still needs time to establish himself. When the chance to have an elite, proven champion quarterback like Burrow comes along, it's hard not to pay attention. Think about it. How many times in recent years has Minnesota had the chance to attract a quarterback with this level of talent and leadership? Kirk Cousins has always provided stability, but he's never been able to lead the team to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold had his moment in 2024, but it was just a temporary solution. McCarthy could be the future, but he may also need more time to develop. Burrow, on the other hand, is already ready to play at the highest level, with experience, confidence, and the kind of leadership that can transform a team. For those who frequent US Bank Stadium, imagining Burrow leading the offense alongside Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson is practically a waking dream. It's seeing the maximum potential of the roster being explored, with a truly elite quarterback to run the show. More than just strengthening the team, bringing in Burrow would be a clear sign of ambition. It would send a strong message to the entire NFL that the Vikings really want to fight for the title. And for the team's passionate fans who have been waiting for decades for the long-awaited Super Bowl, this would be the most concrete spark of hope in a long time. Of course, none of this is more than speculation for now. There is no official offer, and talks are still at an informal level, as is normal at this time of year. But the fact that Minnesota is looking at him already shows that general manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and coach Kevin O'Connell are aware of the opportunities. If Burrow's renewal with the Bengals really does get stuck, and if Cincinnati considers a trade, something that is difficult but not impossible, the Vikings will be in line to try to make that move. With good draft capital, projected salary cap space for 2026, and a strong roster, Minnesota has everything to be an attractive destination. Is this just a fantasy? It could be. But in the NFL, things change very quickly. Contracts get stuck, stars asked to leave, and suddenly a team can completely transform. For now, Vikings fans can keep dreaming, because seeing Joe Burrow in purple and gold, leading an unstoppable offense and, who knows, leading the team to the long-awaited title at US Bank Stadium has never seemed so possible. What do you think of this chance? Are you rooting for Burrow to arrive and set the Vikings offense on fire?